Hey guys, Garrett here, and I think I've lost my mind. Or at least by the end of this, you're probably gonna think I lost my mind. If you've watched any of my other videos, I've talked about how I built my own house and given you tips and tricks and all kinds of stuff to be helpful to you guys if you decide to build your own house. But I did it with my own cash. So I built the whole thing with cash, meaning that I didn't have a mortgage or a construction loan or anything like that. So therefore, it's done, we're in it, and we own it mortgage free. So you think, yay, that's great. Well, what happened earlier this year? The pandemic hit, the stock market started going down, and I also invest in the market along with rentals and land, and I don't know, I'm kind of into everything. So when the market went down, I figured, hey, I should probably get about as much cash as I possibly can and see if we can dive in. Of course, the market went down in March and then sharply started coming right back up. But I figured there's probably going to be some sort of a double dip not too long afterwards, or it's not going to come up all the way. And so I went ahead and put into motion getting a mortgage on my house so that I could suck out some of that equity and put it to work. Because, well, at the time I figured my house was worth about $500,000, and I thought I'll take $200,000 out so I'm not over leveraged on the thing and see if I can put it to work. The good news is when the appraisal came back on my property, it was actually $600,000. So I still only did the $200,000, therefore I've only borrowed 1/3 of my property's value. So I don't feel too bad about that. But you know, so many people work their entire lives to pay off their house, and what did I do? I had a house that was paid off and I went and got a mortgage. And having no mortgage is honestly one of my lifelong goals. So doing this is kind of crazy. Even I think it's kind of crazy, but it's also a little crazy to have that much money tied up to where it can do nothing for you. That's a lot of money sitting there, earning nothing. I like to think of my money as employees, so I'm always trying to have as much of it working for me as I possibly can so that they grow. On May 20th of this year, I closed my loan on my house. So it's a $200,000 loan at 3.125%. But I didn't get all of that $200,000. Unfortunately, there's closing fees. So that ate up $2,540 of it, leaving me with $197,460 roughly left over so that I can invest. And my primary thing I want to invest in with this money is the stock market. I'm gonna get outside of it just a little bit, but it's primarily with the stock market. All right, so let me tell you what the goal of this pot of money is. And the main goal is that it pays for itself. So my intent then is to invest in dividend stocks. And those stocks need to, at a minimum, come up to my monthly payment, which is $856.75. So your initial thought is, okay, your loan is 3.125%, so you need to get at least a 3 1/8% return. Well, that's not exactly right. I want it to make my actual monthly payment, and so that includes the principal that goes within it. So my dividends need to be around 5.25% on average to make that monthly payment. So that's goal number one. Goal number two is that at the end of this deal, in 30 years when this mortgage is paid off, I still have at least $200,000 left over. I'm planning to invest in three main things within the stock market. So it's going to be some common stock, some preferred stock, and some baby bonds. And those baby bonds are going to have an actual maturity date. So many of them will be called at the end of that time. I'll actually get my principal back, and at that time, then I will reinvest that money. All right, so here are the stocks that I have invested in so far. I'm not recommending any of these to you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and more or less it's for entertainment purposes. You guys can either watch me succeed, flounder, or fail. Who knows? But as you can see, these all have pretty healthy dividends. So the dividends actually range from 2.87% all the way up to 14.17%. And so far, of the $197,460 that I have available, I've invested into the market 29,630 of those dollars. And as you can see, just the annual dividends that these stocks give off, assuming that they don't change their dividend or cut their dividend or just delete their dividend, is $2,370, which comes out to roughly $198 per month. So that's with a little less than $30,000 invested. Outside of the stock market, I did also stick $15,000 into a company called Ground Floor. Now it's basically a crowdfunding source for real estate investors and flippers and that sort of stuff. If you want to see that, visit their website. But anyway, I took $15,000 and put it into one of their one-year notes at 8%. So if you extrapolate that, that comes out to $100 per month. So if you add that $100 per month to the $198 per month that I'm getting off of the dividends so far, I'm getting $298 of my mortgage paid for with about a $45,000 investment. That still leaves me with over $150,000 to still be invested. Now you may think I'm a bit crazy. I probably should have just gone ahead and invested everything right when I got the money back in May, but what can I say? I'm just kind of stupid, so I'm gonna nibble as time goes on and I don't know, get some averages or something. It may be dumb, but it's what I'm going to do, and you guys get to see it real time. My intent with this is to just basically bring you along with me. So I'm gonna shoot one of these videos every single month so that you guys can have an update of what I'm investing in, at least with this pot of money. I have other investments in the stock market and all over the place that I have other strategies with, but this particular one is mainly just dividend growth. So make sure you join me along the way. Hit that subscribe button down below, hit the like button, and come back every single month. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. Until then, I'll see you next time.